If you're planning to explore Old Tallinn, you've probably seen guides like this. This guide lists landmarks in order of importance. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. But here's the problem, they often have you crisscrossing the city, retracing your steps through its steep, uneven streets and maze-like alleys. This can leave you exhausted, whether it's the heat of summer or the chill of winter. In this video, I'm going to show you a more efficient route that covers all the key landmarks without you second-guessing if you missed something. This way, you'll save both time and energy while making the most of your visit. The only thing you need to do is follow this route, and you'll cover everything Old Tallinn has to offer, perfect for those short on time who want to explore efficiently. I've also provided a downloadable itinerary map for your convenience. By the end of this video, you'll see why this route is the best guide you'll find online for exploring Old Tallinn. If you find this video helpful, please hit like and subscribe. How to save money on tickets and public transportation. Download the Tallinn card, where you can purchase a 24-hour pass for €43. This card gives you free access to public transportation and almost all attractions around the city. More instructions can be found in the Tallinn card info under the info section tab. Remember to validate the Tallinn card QR code at the front of the vehicle when using public transport. Next, download the Pilot app, which is perfect if you're selectively visiting attractions. This app is mainly for purchasing public transportation tickets in Tallinn. Simply sign in with your email and buy the QR codes for buses and trams directly through the app. No need to hunt for physical cards. When you board, just look for the scanner tap machine near the driver's seat to validate your QR code ticket. For more details about using public transportation in Tallinn, check out the information in the video description. What should travelers be aware of when interacting with Estonians? Estonians are famously reserved and quiet, they've mastered the art of me time. You'll often find them sitting alone in a cafe, savoring coffee, or in a park with a book, fully absorbed in their world. It's like a one-person party they truly enjoy. They're not lonely, they're experts in solitude. If you see an Estonian sitting quietly, they're at their happiest. Some might say they have a romantic relationship with books, the perfect companions, as they don't invade personal space. When they do speak, they get straight to the point. So, don't be bothered by a lack of small talk, it's their way of being honest. For Estonians, meaningful conversations always beat unnecessary chatter. This is where our tour begins. The Viru Gate, one of the most iconic and picturesque entrances to Tallinn's old town. Originally part of the city's defensive walls built in the 14th century, today you see these two charming towers welcoming you into a fairy tale world. Back then, the gate was far more fortified, guarding the city from invaders. Although much of it is gone, these towers still stand as a reminder of Tallinn's medieval past. Passing through feels like stepping back in time, setting the perfect tone for exploring Old Town's cobbled streets and cozy corners with cafes that makes Old Town special. Now, the area around the gate is bustling with flower stalls, adding to its charm and making it a popular spot for photos. So, as we walk through, imagine the centuries of history here and snap that picture-perfect shot for your memories. Now, we walk straight through the cobbled streets to Raekoja Plats, where you'll see the old town hall tower. This is Raekoja Plats, or Town Hall Square, the heart of Tallinn's old town and one of its most vibrant spots. Surrounded by colorful, historic buildings, this square has been a hub of activity since the Middle Ages, where locals and tourists gather to soak in its rich atmosphere and history. Raekoja Plats isn't just a historical landmark, it's also a venue for seasonal events. In summer, it's filled with outdoor cafes and markets, perfect for relaxing with a coffee. During winter, it transforms into a magical scene with one of Europe's oldest Christmas markets, complete with festive stalls, lights, and a towering Christmas tree. From here, you can explore the town hall and the town hall pharmacy, one of the oldest in Europe. Take your time to soak in the surroundings. Now, let's visit the town hall. The most striking feature of the square, Tallinn Town Hall, is a stunning Gothic building dating back to the early 15th century. It's the oldest surviving town hall in the Baltics and Scandinavia, crowned with its tall spire and the iconic weather vane. As we step inside the town hall, you're greeted by grand Gothic interiors with ornate chandeliers and richly decorated walls, showcasing its historical significance. Moving upstairs, the attic reveals exposed wooden beams and historical exhibits, giving visitors a deeper look into Tallinn's medieval architecture and heritage. This glimpse into the past adds to the charm of exploring the town hall. After exploring the town hall, we'll head to the town hall tower. The entrance is located outside, but be prepared, the steps are steep, and the passage is quite narrow, so it can feel a bit claustrophobic. Due to the tight space, only a few people can go up at a time, as you'll need to wait for others to come down first. Climbing the stairs can be tiring, especially for the elderly, with its steep and winding design. However, the effort is worth it. The view from the top is simply breathtaking, offering a stunning panorama of Tallinn's old town. And as a bonus, you can even ring the bell while you're up there. Now, let's head to the town hall pharmacy, known as Raeapteek, one of the oldest continuously operating pharmacies in Europe, with its origins dating back to 1422. Tucked into the corner of Town Hall Square, it's a fascinating mix of history, medicine, and a bit of mystery. Today, Raeapteek still functions as a pharmacy but also houses a small museum area. Here, you can explore its quirky history and marvel at a collection of old medical instruments and remedies. Stepping inside feels like entering a medieval apothecary. The interior is filled with old wooden cabinets packed with ancient jars, medicinal herbs, and peculiar items used in remedies centuries ago. Back in the day, this place was a one-stop shop for everything: medicinal treatments like dried toads and mummy juice, yes, you heard that right, candy, spices, and even gunpowder. And don't forget to snap a photo with the weird-looking pharmacist figure. It adds a bit of fun to the historical vibe. Now, we're heading toward St. Catherine's Passage. While it might seem a bit quiet in the morning, it's in the evening when this place truly comes alive. The warm lights create a magical atmosphere, adding an extra layer of charm to the passage. St. Catherine's Passage, or Katarina Kaik, is one of Tallinn's most enchanting hidden gems. This narrow, cobblestone lane runs alongside the ruins of St. Catherine's Church, making you feel like you've stepped right into a medieval storybook. The passage is lined with beautifully preserved arches, old stone walls, and traditional medieval buildings, transporting you back in time. A special feature of St. Catherine's Passage is the artisan workshops lining the lane. Here, local craftsmen practice trades like glassblowing, pottery, leatherwork, and textile art, using centuries-old techniques. You can watch them at work and even buy unique, handmade souvenirs directly from their studios, making this spot a blend of history and culture. While passing through here, we will head to Hellemann Tower. This medieval defensive tower stands proudly as a reminder of Tallinn's fortified past. Built in the 14th century, it was once part of the original city wall designed to protect the city from invaders. The name Hellemann likely comes from one of its early guardians or builders, giving the tower a mysterious and somewhat ominous aura. At the entrance, you'll find a charming little cafe with a lovely backdrop, perfect for grabbing a coffee and some snacks before exploring. The tower itself is an impressive sight with its narrow, winding staircases and thick stone walls. Inside, there's an exhibition area showcasing historical artifacts and displays about the city's medieval fortifications. Climb to the top, and you'll be rewarded with breathtaking views over Tallinn's old town, offering a perfect perspective of the city's red-tiled roofs, spires, and cobblestone streets. One of the unique features of Hellemann Tower is that it connects to a section of the city wall that you can walk along. Imagine patrolling this passage as guards did centuries ago. It's a must-visit for history enthusiasts and those looking to explore the less-traveled parts of Tallinn's medieval fortifications. The scene from here in winter would blow your mind. Now, let's move forward toward St. Nicholas Orthodox Church, a striking and significant landmark. From there, we'll head to the intersection of Pikk and Pühavaimu streets, another charming spot that's just a short walk from the bustling town hall square. Here, you'll come across a beautiful historical clock with intricate craftsmanship, most likely part of the Holy Spirit Church. This clock is one of the oldest public timepieces in Tallinn and is known for its detailed and colorful design. In front of church, you can see the Great Guild Hall, a significant medieval building that now houses the Estonian History Museum. It's a great place to explore Tallinn's rich past. Afterward, take a stroll down Saiakang Street, a picturesque alley lined with cozy cafes and souvenir shops, offering a unique glimpse into the city's vibrant culture and charm. This intersection area also captures a charming street scene in Tallinn's old town, filled with classic medieval architecture. You'll notice the pastel-colored facades, large windows, steeply pitched red-tiled roofs, and intricate detailing that define the city's historic charm. Along this path, you'll also come across open-air restaurants, perfect for sitting down to enjoy a meal and soak in the atmosphere. Moving forward towards Cafe Maiasmokk, you'll come across a poignant sight, the display of signs, posters, and flags lining the street. This powerful symbol of solidarity with Ukraine expresses the voices of support and resistance. The messages, handwritten notes, and symbolic art pieces convey a deep sense of emotion and a call for freedom and justice. It's a striking reminder that Tallinn, with its own history of resilience and struggle, stands in unity with those facing challenges today. This is Cafe Maiasmokk, the oldest operating cafe in Estonia, dating back to 1864. It's located right at the intersection of Pikk and Pühavaimu streets. The cafe has preserved its original first-floor interior for centuries, offering visitors a charming glimpse into the past. Inside, you can treat yourself to freshly baked pastries, cakes, and delicious handmade candies made from natural ingredients. This is a perfect spot to grab a coffee and relax for a bit before we continue to the next destination, which once held the title of the tallest structure in medieval Europe. Personally, my favorite delicacy here is the caramelized cheesecake. It's absolutely amazing. The cafe also features a small marzipan museum dedicated to the history and various uses of marzipan. This almond-based delicacy has a rich history in Tallinn. So, why not give it a try and let me know in the comments if you liked it or not. Now, we walk straight ahead to the Estonian Maritime Museum. Along the way, you'll also come across other attractions like the former KGB prison. From this point in the video, you have some options. You can explore the museum, take a detour to visit the historic prison, or head straight to St. Olaf's Church. Since using the Tallinn card grants you free entry to many attractions, this is a great time to make use of it. It all depends on your interests and how much time you want to spend exploring each location. Now I'm in front of the KGB prison, which looks like a beautiful apartment building, but the prison lies in its basement. Entry is €9, though it's free with the Tallinn card. The cells are extremely congested and claustrophobic. Yeah, €9 might seem a bit pricey for a small prison room tour, especially when it's a brief visit. However, the KGB prison tour offers more than just a look at the space. It provides a deep dive into Estonia's painful history during Soviet times. You can see photographs and records of individuals who were sentenced to death displayed in the KGB prison museum. During the Soviet occupation, this basement at 1 Pagari Street housed one of the most feared pre-trial prisons. Built in 1912, the building played a significant role in Estonia's recent history. Political figures, intellectuals, and everyday people were brutally beaten and tortured here, many of them later sentenced to death or imprisonment. Today, the prison remains a symbol of communist terror, with 6 prison cells, 2 corridors, and a punishment cell open for visitors to explore. I reached the Estonian Maritime Museum. Now, the ticket price can be a bit pricey at €15, but let me tell you, this place can be fascinating, especially if you have children with you. One of the highlights is an old style of vessel with a specific shape suspended midair, a truly amazing sight. Inside the museum, you'll also find an impressive collection of ship models from the past to the present, and it's a true feast for the eyes. Take a look at these displays. You can see a variety of detailed models, from ancient ships to modern cruise liners, depicting the incredible evolution of shipbuilding. It's fascinating to imagine how shipbuilding technology has advanced over time, from simple wooden boats to complex ships with multiple decks and loading cranes. Whether you're a ship enthusiast or just curious, this museum offers a captivating experience. The museum also has a terrace where you can enjoy views of the seaside. From here, you can see the port with ships docked and, in the distance. In the summer, it's a great spot to relax with a coffee at the top. And if you head downstairs to the first floor, there's also a small cafe where you can grab a drink and a snack. Now, let's head to St. Olaf's Church, which was once the tallest structure in medieval Europe. The interior of the church is quite simple, but that's where its charm lies. The real adventure here is the tower, which you can climb via a narrow, winding staircase. It can be quite claustrophobic and exhausting since the lift is often either out of service or used only for maintenance. So, if you're making the climb, be prepared. The staircase is narrow, so it's tough for 2 people to pass by each other. Thankfully, there's a small, straight passage halfway up where you can sit and catch your breath before continuing. And here I am, finally at the top, completely out of breath. But, look at this, an elderly lady already made it up here, looking as fit as ever. Now, let me show you the view. Just behold, the entire old town stretches out before your eyes. It's absolutely breathtaking. After visiting St. Olaf's Church, you can walk towards a hidden photographic spot that many tourists often miss and check out Nunnatorn Linnamuri platform. The exact location is pinned on Google Maps. This spot is a hidden gem, a truly Instagrammable corner of Tallinn's old town. It perfectly captures the charming mix of historical architecture and cobblestone streets. In the background, you'll see a stunning medieval stone tower with a conical red-tiled roof. Below the tower, there's a set of colorful, classic old Tallinn buildings, featuring vibrant red roofs and pastel facades. Some of these buildings have natural aging, adding a rustic charm to the scene. I've included its exact location on the map I provided. It's the perfect place to snap a photo for Instagram and showcase the picturesque beauty of Tallinn's old town. Now, we head towards Nunnatorn Linnamuri platform, another medieval defensive tower that, like Hellemann Tower, forms part of Old Tallinn's historic city wall. Built in the 14th century, this tower served as a strategic fortification, guarding the northern side of the town. I haven't gone inside, as it doesn't offer much views of the Tallinn landscape. However, you can still enter through this door here. Inside, you'll be able to admire the exterior's thick stone walls and the narrow windows, which were once used by archers, showcasing its original military purpose. After this, we will walk towards the Estonian Health Museum and the Estonian Museum of Applied Art and Design, which are conveniently located right across from each other. The Estonian Health Museum in 1921, which offers an interactive experience focusing on anatomy, health, and the human body. It's a fun and educational spot for visitors of all ages. Meanwhile, the Estonian Museum of Applied Art and Design showcases a diverse collection of Estonian design, textiles, ceramics, and furniture, celebrating the country's rich artistic traditions. Explore both attractions before heading to Patkuli stairs. Now, we're heading towards the Patkuli platform. This path is known as Patkuli stairs, which takes us up a hill, crowned by a series of classic European-style buildings. As we climb the winding staircase, we're surrounded by green shrubs and foliage, creating a peaceful and scenic route. Even before reaching the platform, you start to experience a glimpse of Tallinn's iconic skyline. You'll see the tops of medieval towers with their distinct red-tiled roofs, characteristic of Tallinn's historic defensive structures. The dense greenery around adds a vibrant contrast to the stone buildings, showcasing the harmonious blend of nature and the city. It's a breathtaking sight, and it only gets better as we continue up to the platform. This is the Patkuli platform. From here, you get a seaside view of Old Tallinn, though it doesn't capture the entire Old Tallinn. It's a nice spot, but you don't need to spend too much time here. Around 5 minutes should be enough. We'll move on soon to the Kohtuotsa platform, where you can see the majority of Old Tallinn in all its glory. I've reached the Kohtuotsa platform, famous for its picturesque scenery and a must-visit for photographers and Instagram enthusiasts. On clear days, you can even catch a glimpse of the port area and the distant Baltic Sea, adding to its breathtaking charm. The platform is surrounded by old stone walls and trees, giving it a peaceful atmosphere, especially during sunrise and sunset. Feel free to take as many pictures as you want here, but don't spend too much time. There are plenty of other stunning spots in Tallinn waiting to be explored with equally amazing views. While walking towards St. Mary's Cathedral, you'll come across an intriguing building, the courtyard of the Estonian Academy of Sciences. The setting here gives off a mystical, almost magical vibe, reminiscent of scenes from a Harry Potter castle. The archway, built with weathered brick and stone, features arched wooden doors and a stone staircase, adding to its enchanting atmosphere. Visitors aren't allowed to go inside, but feel free to quickly capture some photos. Just be mindful and avoid disturbing the students on campus. This is the Cathedral of St. Mary the Virgin, one of the oldest churches in Tallinn. Its simple yet striking white exterior is crowned with a dark, elegant spire that reaches toward the sky. The clock on the tower and the golden weather vane at the top add a touch of charm to the building. The church dates back to the 13th century and has gone through various modifications over the centuries, reflecting Gothic, Baroque, and other architectural styles. Inside, the grandeur of the cathedral immediately stands out with its high, vaulted ceilings and an intricately decorated altar. The centerpiece features statues and a painting depicting the crucifixion of Christ, framed by ornate carvings and golden details. One of the unique features of this church is the display of 110 coats of arms belonging to the Baltic German-Estonian nobility, dating from the 17th to the 20th century, giving visitors a glimpse into the region's aristocratic history. Soft, natural light filters through the arched windows, enhancing the cathedral's peaceful and reverent atmosphere. Turning around, you'll see the magnificent organ that dominates the back wall of the church. Its towering pipes and intricate woodwork showcase the grandeur and craftsmanship of this historical place. There's also a lovely garden beside the church, so feel free to check that out too. Now, I'm heading towards Toompea Castle, one of Estonia's most historic and significant landmarks, perched proudly on Toompea Hill in Tallinn. Its origins trace back to the 9th century, but the current structure reflects the 13th and 14th centuries when the Danes and the Teutonic Order held power in the region. The castle's most iconic feature is its pink Baroque palace facade, built in the 18th century during the Russian Empire's rule. Today, Toompea Castle houses the Estonian parliament, known as the Raekoja, continuing its long-standing role as the center of Estonia's governance. In front of Toompea Castle, many significant events have taken place. It was here that massive demonstrations were held. People gathered to sing patriotic songs and voice their desire for freedom, making this site a focal point in Estonia's fight for national sovereignty and the preservation of its culture. Next up is the Alexander Nevsky Cathedral, located right in front of Toompea Castle. This is one of the most striking and recognizable buildings in Tallinn. Built between 1894 and 1900, the cathedral stands atop Toompea Hill, showcasing the traditional Russian Orthodox architectural style with its iconic onion-shaped domes. The exterior is adorned with intricate details, including ornamental arches, decorative brickwork, and a series of arched windows that add to its grandeur. The cathedral is painted in soft tones of white and brown, beautifully contrasting with the deep black domes crowned by golden crosses that shine against the sky. This cathedral was constructed during Estonia's period under the Russian Empire, and its lavish style reflects that historical influence. Inside, it is just as stunning, filled with mosaics, icons, and ornate decorations that exemplify the grandeur of Russian Orthodox churches. Today, it serves not only as a place of worship but also as a symbol of the historical impact of Russian culture and religion in Estonia. Next, we will walk through the Danish King's Garden towards the Maiden Tower. From here, you'll get a stunning view of the St. Nicholas Church and Museum and the majestic Tallinn landscape, though the best view is from the Maiden Tower itself. In the garden, you'll encounter the most mysterious figure, a hooded monk statue. This faceless monk, with its haunting presence and outstretched hands, adds an eerie, almost magical atmosphere to the scene. The stone walls and medieval-style buildings in the background, paired with the leafy green canopy overhead, create an environment that feels straight out of a legend. Now I enter Maiden Tower, Nunnatorn, in Tallinn, which is one of the historical defense towers integrated into the city wall. The tower dates back to the 14th century and has served multiple purposes over time, including being used as a residence and a cafe. The walkway you see here is part of the Maiden Tower's reconstructed interior, offering visitors a glimpse of medieval life while providing a unique experience. The wooden tables and chairs along the wall allow you to sit and take in the surroundings. The arched openings in the stone wall provide views of the courtyard below and the surrounding fortifications, evoking the feeling of walking along the ancient paths once used by guards. Today, the Maiden Tower is part of the museum complex in Tallinn's Old Town, where visitors can explore its history and even enjoy a small cafe inside. This setting merges the tower's historical essence with a modern touch, allowing visitors to appreciate the architecture while taking a moment to relax. Now, I'm heading to the Pikk Museum and Bastion Tunnels, an unmissable spot that delves deep into Tallinn's medieval and wartime history. Fun fact, Pikk translates to peek into the kitchen in Low German, but it sure sounds like kick in the cock, doesn't it? This name comes from its function. The 15th century tower was built as a key defensive structure in the city wall. Standing over 38 meters tall, it provided guards with a view straight into the kitchens of the surrounding houses, hence the unique name. Today, this tower has been transformed into a museum, showcasing medieval weapons, armor, and displays related to the city's defense system. It features 6 floors filled with exhibits on Tallinn's military history, ancient cannons, and detailed models of the city's fortifications. I decided to skip the tower this time and went straight for the Bastion tunnels. These underground passageways, built in the 17th and 18th centuries, have a mysterious and eerie vibe. Walking through them, you'll come across life-size figurines that might give you a bit of a scare. Originally, these tunnels were constructed to protect the city and allow soldiers to move discreetly. During World War II and the Cold War, they were adapted as bomb shelters and civil defense spaces. Exploring these tunnels is like stepping back in time, showcasing remnants from various eras of Tallinn's history, from the medieval period to the Soviet era. One part of the tunnels is the Carved Stone Museum, which contains decorative stone fragments from Tallinn that were previously hidden away. Here, you'll find portals, pillars, family coats of arms, relief-decorated window jambs, and tombstones dating from the 16th to 19th centuries. The exhibition, titled The City of Ruins, displays more than 200 carved stones in atmospherically lit chambers. Visitors can pass through different themed areas like the Garden of Eden, Pillar Hall, Death Hall, and Sun Hall. A quick tip: the temperature in the passages is consistently 7 to 10 degrees Celsius throughout the year, and some areas require navigating steep stairs, so dress warmly and wear comfortable shoes. Now, here's an interesting tip that not many will tell you. When you enter the Bastion tunnels, they take you completely underground and exit at Freedom Square. With this customized guide map, you can visit different attractions in the area without having to walk all the way back to the top if you miss any spots. This trick will save you both time and effort during your exploration. Once you emerge, take a moment to check out Freedom Square and the beautiful Johnny Church. From there, you can head towards the St. Nicholas Church Nigulist Museum, which is also a historic church. And trust me, the view from the top of the church is something you absolutely cannot miss. It's one of the best in Tallinn. Let's head to the Nigulist Museum and explore this historic church. The entry ticket is just €3, making it an affordable experience you definitely shouldn't miss. When you enter, you'll need to store your bag in a locker, and there's a washroom available as well. Now, stepping into St. Nicholas Church's hall, you'll be greeted by stunning Gothic architecture. The high vaulted ceilings and arched columns create a sense of spaciousness and grandeur. The pale walls and large windows allow natural light to flood in, adding a serene atmosphere to this sacred space. The Danse Macabre in the Nigulist Museum is a fragment of a 15th century painting by Lübeck master Bernd Notke. It's one of the oldest depictions of the Dance of Death on canvas painted by Lübeck master Bernd Notke, illustrating the medieval theme that death is the great equalizer, uniting all social classes. The fragment on display is about 7.5 meters long, showing people from different walks of life, kings, popes, peasants, being led by skeletons in a haunting dance. Although originally much larger, this piece remains a powerful reminder that death spares no one, making it a highlight of the museum's collection. After exploring the hall, it's time to head to the tower. I'm going to take the 233 steps up to enjoy the climb and then use the lift on the way down, which is also wheelchair accessible. Let's see how the view from the top rewards our effort. Upon reaching the top of the tower, you're immediately greeted by a view that will leave you speechless. The sight of the Alexander Nevsky Cathedral's domes against the backdrop of Tallinn's iconic red rooftops is simply breathtaking. Whether it's summer with lush greenery surrounding the old town, or winter when the rooftops are dusted with snow, the view from this tower is stunning year-round. Definitely a must-see for anyone wanting to capture the essence of this medieval city. Now that the official tour has ended, it's time to relax a bit. You can head to the Old Hansa restaurant or try out many of the other reasonably priced dining options around Tallinn's Old Town. If you want a truly unique experience, Old Hansa is the place to go. This medieval-themed restaurant transports you back to the 15th century, inspired by the Hanseatic League's trading history. The moment you step inside, you'll be surrounded by authentic medieval decor, candlelit rooms, wooden tables, and tapestries that transport you to a merchant's house from centuries ago. The staff at Old Hansa dress in period attire and serve in the spirit of a medieval tavern. Musicians playing traditional instruments enhance the atmosphere. It's more than just a meal, it's an immersive experience of medieval Tallinn, making Old Hansa a must-visit for history and food lovers. With this guided route, you've checked off all the major attractions Old Tallinn has to offer at one go. Though these are the most visited by tourists, there's much more to explore beyond the popular spots. With the key landmarks covered, you're free to wander and explore the different souvenir shops and cozy cafes scattered throughout Old Tallinn. Don't forget to mention in the comments what hidden gems you've discovered that weren't included in the itinerary guide map. Your finds might inspire others to explore even more of this charming city. Next, I'll head to Pikk, a medieval street that once connected the lower town with Toompea. Surrounded by high limestone walls, this steep, pedestrian-only street has remained largely unchanged since ancient times. In the past, coachmen would shout Pikk to announce their arrival and avoid accidents on this narrow, steep passage. Here's how to use the guide. Since Google Maps doesn't allow more than 10 locations at once, I've split the route into 4 parts to ensure you don't miss a thing. First, reach Viru Gate. Then, turn on your location to see your real-time position on the map. Then click on the customized Google Maps link. Then, go to the map legend and untick 2nd Old Tallinn route, 3rd Old Tallinn route, and 4th Old Tallinn route. Select back, and you'll see the locations marked for 1st Old Tallinn route on the map. Once you've finished exploring the 1st Old Tallinn route locations, click the map link again. Then click on the customized Google Maps link. This time, untick 1st Old Tallinn route and 3rd Old Tallinn route, then click back. You will now have directions for 2nd Old Tallinn route. Follow these steps and continue to 3rd Old Tallinn route as needed. Please note, if you enter Bastion Tunnel, you will exit at Freedom Square, so follow 4th Old Tallinn route. Following this route will cover nearly all the attractions that Old Tallinn has to offer without retracing the same path over and over. However, don't restrict yourself. Feel free to explore anything along the way that catches your eye. If this video has helped you navigate the maze of Old Tallinn with ease, then do me a favor. Smash that like button, share it with your fellow explorers, and hit that subscribe button. Because let's be honest, who wouldn't want more tips to make their travels simple and stress-free? Hitting that like button costs you nothing, but it means everything to me. Think of it as a small gesture that makes a big difference.